This is the first lesson for P1, Size and Scale of the Universe, and this lesson will encompass the following key terms: Universe, Solar System, Milky Way, Earth, Galaxy, Sun, and the structure of the Earth, crust, mantle, and the core. So we're going to start with the biggest thing and work our way down. So the biggest thing that exists is the universe, and the universe contains everything that exists. And if you're looking at the universe from a distance, you would see clusters of tiny spots, and each one of those tiny spots, if we zoom in, will be a cluster of galaxies. And galaxies tend to have spiral shapes of various kinds. So here it's a few random galaxies, and a galaxy is a collection of stars, and the galaxy normally is shaped like a flat disk. So if you looked at it from the edge on, it would kind of be like the saucer shape with the bulge in the middle where most of the mass is in the middle. So that's a side-on view of a galaxy, and the galaxy rotates very slowly. So a galaxy would complete one complete rotation once every roughly 200 million years. Now, if you take a look at one of these galaxies, then this typical galaxy would be just like the galaxy we're in, which is known as the Milky Way. The Milky Way is a spiral galaxy, and each part of the spiral arms of these galaxies is made up of tiny dots. Each one of these tiny dots is a star. So if we were to zoom in roughly on the position where our star is and zoom out, you would see obviously the Sun at the centre of the solar system, and then the planets of the solar system. Now, our solar system, as you know, consists of 8 planets, including Earth, which is the third planet, and 3 dwarf planets, and also just outside of Mars there will be the rocky layer of asteroids. And as you know, hopefully, that the planets of the solar system all orbit around the star in the centre, which is the Sun. So in our Milky Way, the Sun is just one of roughly 100,000 million stars in a galaxy. Okay, so our galaxy approximately made up of 100 million stars. Just like most galaxies, have got approximately that number of stars. Each one of those stars could have a solar system around it, and the distance from the centre of the galaxy to the outer edge is about 10,000 times the distance between the stars. And we have the Earth, as you know, and the other 8 planets of the solar system. Now, the whole of our solar system was formed about 5,000 million years ago. And that giant solar system was all formed at the same time from a giant cloud of collapsing dust and gas called a nebula. And gravity brings that together into a swirling circle, into a disk, and then the gas that moves very centrally to the middle eventually becomes a star. We'll look at how that happens. And then the bits of mass that get left behind eventually form the planets. So our solar system is about 5,000 million years old. The Earth formed a bit later, so the Earth is around 4,500 million years old. And the Earth consists of a distinct structure. So if we look at the Earth, the top layer of the Earth is known as the crust, and that's about 10 to 40 kilometres deep. So very thin skin on the top called the crust. And then below that, about halfway to the centre, we have the mantle. So here is the mantle. Then at the core, the core is made of two parts. We have an outer core, which we believe is liquid, and an inner core, which we believe is solid. So, distinct structure of the Earth: thin rocky crust, solid mantle, which is at high temperature, and as we get towards the middle, the temperature gets higher and higher, an outer liquid core, and an inner core, which is solid. Okay, so that's our structures. Just going back again to remind you, the universe consists of everything that exists, and clustered together in groups are galaxies in clusters. And then if we look at a galaxy in detail, then the galaxy would consist of lots and lots of stars, about 100,000 million stars, and which our star is just one. And our star, the Sun, has got 8 planets, 3 dwarf planets, and some asteroids moving around it. And it's about 4,005 million years old, our planet, and the solar system itself slightly older than that. Then the structure of the Earth, we have the mantle, the rocky crust at about 10 to 40 kilometres thick. Then the great big thick mantle, which extends about halfway to the centre of the Earth. Then in the centre of the Earth we have the outer core and we have the inner core. Just worth pointing out as well the idea that the outer core is liquid and the inner core is solid. So that's the first part of the video. Make your own notes and don't forget to rewind if you're not sure on any points.